72% of high-performing professionals are actively disengaged from their current roles. Not underperforming. Disengaged. They're waiting for a promotion that may never come. Or one that won't change anything when it does. The trap is real. And it's costing them everything that matters. You've spent 5 years delivering results. You've closed deals, led teams, solved problems others couldn't touch. You get the nod in meetings. Your boss says you're going places. But the promotion? It gets delayed, restructured, given to someone with less tenure because they had the right sponsor. Meanwhile, you're watching peers who are nowhere near as capable climb faster. Why? Because they figured out something you haven't yet. Promotion isn't a reward for excellence. It's a byproduct of influence. And chasing the title instead of building the influence is exactly why you're still waiting. The real cost isn't just frustration. According to recent McKinsey research from 2026, professionals stuck in promotion limbo are 3 times more likely to leave their organizations within 18 months. You're not just losing momentum. You're losing years of compound growth. In Singapore and across Southeast Asia, talent flight to tech and startups has accelerated, with senior talent willing to sacrifice salary for meaningful scope. If you're waiting for your company to validate you, you're already behind. Here's what most career advice gets wrong. It tells you to work harder, be more visible, find a mentor. All true, but it misses the architecture. Real influence operates on 3 layers: impact, visibility, trust, density, and strategic positioning. Leaders who crack all 3 don't chase promotions. Promotions chase them. In the next 8 minutes, we're breaking down exactly how to build executive influence in a way that's immediate, measurable, and transferable across any organization or industry. You're going to see why your current approach is leaving value on the table, and what the highest performing leaders in Asia Pacific are doing differently. This isn't about politics or self-promotion. This is about strategic positioning. Point 1. Become the expert in something that matters to revenue. The first mistake is believing your technical excellence translates to leadership visibility. It doesn't. Gartner's 2026 Leadership Development Report shows that only 38% of high performers are recognized by senior leadership, even when their direct managers rate them as top tier. The visibility gap is brutal, but it exists for a reason. Senior leaders operate in a different economy. They don't see individual contributor excellence. They see risk mitigation, growth vectors, and financial impact. Look at what Infosys did across their India and Singapore operations in 2025. They implemented a deliberate program where senior individual contributors were repositioned not as subject matter experts, but as revenue risk managers. An architect didn't just design systems, she became the person who reduced deployment risk by 40%, which translated to $15 million in avoided overrun costs. Her visibility to the CFO and CEO tripled overnight. Same person, same skill, reframed narrative. Here's the application. Audit your current work. Don't list what you do. List what would break if you disappeared. Then translate that into business impact. Revenue protected, cost reduced, risk eliminated, or speed gained. Walk that narrative into your next conversation with leadership. Led with the financial implication, not the task. Point 2. Build asymmetric trust with decision makers. Trust in corporate environments is not built equally. A McKinsey study from 2026 on executive advancement found that professionals with strategic relationships to 3 or more senior leaders advance 4 times faster than those with single channel advocacy. But here's the distinction. It's not about networking coffee chats. It's about trust asymmetry. What that means is this. You need decision makers to trust you more than you trust yourself sometimes. You deliver on small commitments relentlessly. You make their lives easier, not harder. You say no when it matters. You're not accessible to everyone equally. Consider what happened at a major financial services firm in Hong Kong in 2025. A relationship manager built influence not by being hyper-visible to everyone, but by becoming indispensable to the Asia-Pacific regional head. For 18 months, every commitment was over-delivered. Every risk was flagged before it became a problem. When the regional head needed political cover for a difficult decision, this person had already built the trust account to the point where a single conversation could move. Senior leadership. When a director role opened, it wasn't a competition. It was a formality. Here's how you apply this. Identify 3 decision makers 2 levels above you. Not your immediate boss. 2 up. For the next quarter, every interaction is precision engineered. You underpromise, overdeliver. You ask thoughtful questions before volunteering solutions. You make them feel like you understand their constraints. 1 conversation per quarter with each. That's your trust building pace. Point 3. Own a domain that compounds over time. The professionals advancing fastest into executive roles aren't generalists. They're specialists in something that matters more every year. Not narrow specialists. Strategic specialists. There's a difference. Deloitte's 2026 Future of Work report shows that executives who have mastery in emerging domains, like AI integration, data strategy, or organizational resilience advancement, are being promoted at twice the velocity of those with conventional expertise. But the catch is this. You can't build that expertise if you're still doing your regular job. Look at what a procurement director in India did at a global manufacturing firm. She could have stayed excellent at operational procurement. Instead, starting in 2024, she deliberately moved her focus to supply chain resilience and vendor AI integration. By 2025, her original procurement knowledge was still there, but she'd become the firm's internal expert on a domain the CEO cared about deeply. That shifted everything. She went from managing a function to shaping strategy. The application is immediate. What's one domain that will matter 3 times more in your industry in 2027? Not what's hot now. What's inevitable? Invest 3 hours per week in structured learning. Get a certification. Lead a working group. Build a case study. By next year, you own that domain inside your organization. By the year after, you're the go-to for every strategic initiative that touches it. You didn't chase a promotion. You became necessary. Picture yourself 18 months from now. You're not waiting for feedback in your performance review. You're in strategy meetings that your old title wouldn't have qualified you for. But your influence already does. When a critical initiative hits your desk, 3 senior leaders are already expecting you're the one who'll unblock it. Your job has evolved without an official promotion. Or the promotion came because the demand for your involvement had already outpaced your position. You're not worried about next steps. You're managing 3 career options simultaneously because people keep finding you when they need to solve problems that matter. That's not confidence. That's built influence. That's what happens when you stop chasing titles and start building the architecture that makes you essential. Here's what I want you to do this week. Pick 1 decision maker 2 levels above you. Craft 1 piece of work that directly reduces a risk they care about. Deliver it without fanfare. That's your first asymmetric trust deposit. If this framework landed for you, Subscribe to Apex Minds D4J and hit the notification bell. We're releasing deep dives every week on what separates high performers from executives. Share this with someone on your team who's stuck in the promotion loop. They need to hear it. Next week, we're breaking down the one conversation you need to have with your boss that changes your entire trajectory. It's specific. It's uncomfortable. And 90% of leaders get it wrong. You won't? Thank you so much for watching this video. If these insights resonated with you, please subscribe to Apex Minds D4J and hit the notification bell so you never miss our weekly content. Share this video with a colleague who needs to hear it. We will see you in the next one. Keep pushing forward. Thanks for listening. If you found this valuable, please subscribe to Apex Minds D4J for more powerful insights. See you in the next one.